Many people believe that trading is a game only for the rich. They think you need thousands of dollars, expensive software, and years of experience just to begin. But the truth is very different. Some of the most successful traders did not start with large capital. They started with something much smaller: discipline, patience, and the willingness to learn. In today's digital world, starting with a small amount of money is not impossible. In fact, many platforms now allow beginners to enter the market with just a few dollars. But there is something important you must understand. Starting with a small amount like $5 or $10 will not make you rich overnight. That is not the goal. The goal is education. It is about learning how markets move, understanding risk, controlling emotions, and developing the mindset of a trader. Because in trading, money does not follow luck. It follows skill and discipline. In this video, we will break down how someone can realistically start trading with a very small amount of money, avoid common beginner mistakes, and slowly build the foundation that serious traders rely on. If you are ready to learn the right way to begin, this might be the most useful video you watch today. Chapter 1. The truth about starting trading with small money. One of the biggest myths about trading is that you need a lot of money to begin. Many beginners believe they must save thousands of dollars before they can even think about entering the market. But the real truth is different. The market does not care how much money you start with. What matters is how well you manage the money you already have. In fact, starting with a small amount can actually be an advantage for beginners. Why? Because small capital forces you to focus on discipline instead of greed. When people start trading with large amounts of money without experience, they often make emotional decisions. Fear causes them to exit trades too early. Greed pushes them to hold losing positions, and impatience leads them to overtrade. But when you start with a very small amount, the goal changes. You are no longer chasing quick profits. Instead, you are training yourself to understand the market. You learn how prices move. You observe how news events affect volatility. You practice controlling your emotions when a trade goes against you. This process is extremely important, because trading is not just about predicting price movements. It is about managing risk. Professional traders know something that beginners often ignore. Protecting capital is more important than making profits. If you can learn how to avoid large losses, you automatically increase your chances of long-term success. Starting with a small amount of money gives you the opportunity to make mistakes without destroying your financial future. Every mistake becomes a lesson. Every trade becomes experience. Over time, these experiences build confidence. And confidence is essential in trading. However, there is a dangerous mindset that beginners must avoid. Some people believe they can turn a few dollars into thousands overnight. They chase high-risk trades hoping for massive returns. This approach almost always ends in losses. Trading is not a lottery ticket. It is a skill that improves slowly through practice and discipline. When you start with a small amount of money, your focus should be simple. Learn the mechanics of the market. Understand how to enter and exit trades properly. Practice managing risk, and most importantly, develop patience, because patience is the true advantage in trading. The traders who survive the longest are not the ones who take the biggest risks. They are the ones who control their decisions. Small beginnings may seem insignificant, but many successful traders started exactly the same way, with small capital, strong discipline, and a long-term mindset. Chapter 2. The Beginner Strategy. Most people ignore. Most beginners enter trading with the same goal. They want fast profits. They watch social media videos showing massive gains and believe they can replicate the same results immediately. But this mindset is exactly what destroys most trading accounts. The truth is, successful traders rarely start by chasing profit. They start by building a strategy. A strategy is simply a set of rules that guide your decisions. Without rules, trading becomes emotional gambling, and emotional gambling always leads to losses. One of the most ignored strategies for beginners is focusing on consistency instead of big wins. Many new traders try to double their money quickly. They take large risks on a single trade hoping for a big reward. But experienced traders understand a simple principle. Small, consistent gains are far more powerful than occasional big wins. For example, imagine a trader who gains just 1 or 2% consistently. At first, that seems insignificant, but over time, consistency compounds. This is how professional traders build long-term growth. Another strategy beginners ignore is risk management. Before entering any trade, professional traders ask one important question: how much am I willing to lose if this trade fails? This question protects them from emotional decisions. A common rule among experienced traders is never risking more than a small percentage of their capital on a single trade. This way, even if several trades fail, the account survives. And survival is the first goal of trading, because the market always gives new opportunities, but only to those who are still in the game. Another overlooked strategy is focusing on learning instead of earning. When beginners treat every trade as a test instead of a money-making opportunity, they improve much faster. They begin to understand patterns. They learn when the market is trending. They recognize when volatility increases, and they slowly develop intuition. Trading intuition is not magic. It is built through observation and experience. Beginners who rush this process often fail, but those who respect the learning phase build strong foundations. The final strategy most beginners ignore is patience. Markets move in cycles. There are moments when opportunities are clear, and there are moments when staying out of the market is the smartest decision. Professional traders are comfortable waiting. They do not feel the need to trade every day, because sometimes the best trade is no trade at all. In the beginning, trading should not be about making fast money. It should be about building a skill. Because once the skill is developed, the money eventually follows. Chapter 3. The discipline that separates. Winners from losers. In trading, knowledge alone is not enough. Many people understand charts. They study indicators. They watch market analysis every day. Yet most of them still lose money. Why? Because the real difference between successful traders and struggling traders is not knowledge. It is discipline. Discipline is the ability to follow your plan even when emotions try to take control. The market constantly tests your patience. Sometimes prices move faster than expected. Sometimes a trade goes against you immediately. And sometimes the market does nothing at all. These situations create emotional pressure. Fear tells you to close a trade too early. Greed tells you to hold a position too long. And impatience tells you to take trades that were never part of your strategy. This is where discipline becomes the most valuable skill a trader can develop. Professional traders treat trading like a business. They have rules. They decide in advance where they will enter a trade. They decide where they will exit if the trade fails. And they follow those rules without hesitation. Beginners often do the opposite. They enter trades without a clear plan. They move their stop loss because they hope the market will reverse. They chase sudden price movements because they fear missing out. These emotional decisions slowly destroy trading accounts. Successful traders know that losing trades are part of the game. Even the best traders in the world lose many trades. The difference is that they control the size of those losses. They accept small losses quickly so that they can stay in the market longer. This ability to accept losses calmly is what separates professionals from beginners. Another important part of discipline is consistency. Trading success does not come from one lucky trade. It comes from hundreds of disciplined decisions over time. Each trade may seem small, but together, they create long-term growth. Think of trading like building a muscle. You cannot become strong after one workout. But if you train consistently day after day, your strength increases. The same principle applies to trading. Small, disciplined actions repeated over time lead to powerful results. Many beginners search for secret indicators or perfect strategies. But the truth is much simpler. The most powerful tool in trading is self-control. When you control your emotions, you control your decisions. And when you control your decisions, you control your results. In the end, trading rewards patience, discipline, and consistency. Those who develop these qualities slowly build experience, confidence, and skill. And once those qualities are in place, growth becomes possible. Because in trading, the biggest advantage is not intelligence, it is discipline.